What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ajen back again for another Outerplane video. And for today, it's the usual should you summon video because we have an upcoming banner to summon for, and it's going to be a premium character which features Gnosis Viella. Yes, and if you haven't seen my last video that was published 2 days ago, I was not able to make a video yesterday because yesterday was payday, so I was out grocery shopping, something like that, touching a lot of grass. But my last video in Outerplane was talking about the meta in PvP in Outerplane and how it revolves around Demi Luna. But now I believe the devs are watching my video because they released a counter to Demi Luna, which is Gnosis Viella. So let's take a look at her skill set. So we have here drop rate up Gnosis Viella. So Gnosis Viella, who attacks enemies while inflicting various debuffs, joins the battlefield. So she is a dark element. And then battle type striker. Let's zoom that one up. And then bruiser. So her skill 1, piercing pleasure. So after enhancing skill, attacks the enemy and has a 1% chance to inflict corrosive poison for 2 turns. If the target is a boss, additionally inflicts corrosive poison for 2 turns before attacking. This skill's damage there increases proportional to the caster's max health instead of attack. So she is a HP scaler, a true HP scaler because of the wording here of instead of attack. That is very, very important to know whether the character is a true scaler or not. Because if this one does not have the wording of instead of attack, it's just going to be an additional bonus damage depending on her HP. But she will be scaling her damage based on her attack stat. But this one, it stated clearly that the attack stat will not matter for Gnosis Viella because all of her damage will be calculated based on her HP. And the skill 1 has the burst skill. It's very cheap, 80, 120, and 160. Not the cheapest one, but still a little bit cheap. Something like the second lowest AP required. So, burst skill level 1 plus 2 turns to reduce defense on the target. Okay, defense break. Burst skill level 2, poison and corrosive poison explosion. So, she can detonate the poison debuff, which is interesting. That is already prevalent for something like GVET. And then 160 burst skill level 3 targets all enemies. Remove 1 buff from the target before attack. So if they have something like invincibility buff from let's say from Monad Aba, because Monad Aba usually tries to buff the team with that invincibility buff, you can probably remove that one and then attack all enemies, which is a really, really good, might be OP in my honest opinion when I read this one earlier when I was at work. So her skill 2, surging domain. So after enhancing skill, so passive effect and active effect. So passive effect, the poison inflicted by the caster is changed to corrosive poison, and damage dealt to enemies afflicted with corrosive poison is increased by 100%. So more damage buff. Active effect, attacks the enemy and has a 1% chance to inflict stun for 1 turn. So she can crowd control but single target only. Then increases the caster's priority by 30%. So striker are a bit slow as a character. They are the second slowest character in the game. The slowest one are the tanks. Next one would be the striker. Third would be either healer or the mage, and then the fastest one are the rangers. So yeah, she really need those priority increase. That's why they have a priority increase here. Okay, and then this skill's damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health instead of attack. So HP scaling damage. And then probably her bread and butter, the skill 3, Cocoon of Rebirth. So after enhancing skill, removes 1 buff from all enemies with a 100% chance. Attacks all enemies and gain an extra turn. After attacking, grants Bane's domain to all allies and enemy mages for 2 turns. Ignores resilience and immunity if the target is a boss. Inflicts corrosive poison for 3 turns before attacking. Ignores resilience. This skill's damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health instead of attack. So we have a lot of things to talk about with regards to her skill tree. So she is a buff stripper, but only for 1 buff. It then becomes her skill tree is an AoE attack. She also gains an extra turn after this one. So having her skill 1 to be a little bit low on activation points requirement to activate, especially the burst skill level 3 that targets all enemies. I think they have some really good synergy for that one. That's why they gave her an extra turn, because she is a slow character. Strikers are second to the slowest character in the game, as I've said earlier. That's why she really needs this extra turn on her skill tree. And then after attacking, she grants Bane's domains to all allies and enemy mages. Take note, all allies and enemy mages for 1 turn. Enemy mages meaning Demiluna. There's a lot of Demiluna out there, right? So enemy mages. And then this one ignores resilience and immunity. So it doesn't matter. You cannot counter this one. The Bane's domain is cannot be countered by high resilience or immunity buff. They already stated here that it ignores resilience and immunity. So having immunity on your team is going to be useless against Gnosis Viella, which is, I think this one is pretty much OP. Pretty much ignoring resilience and immunity itself is pretty much broken. So what does Bane's domain do? So they have an explanation here. So Bane's domain, allies for the allies, minus 30% receive final damage, so damage mitigation. And then for Gnosis Viella, plus 30% defense, and then additional, I believe this one is no, the same 30% damage reduction, same like the teammates. So she's going to be a bit tanky with the additional 30% defense and the minus 30% damage reduction. And then for the enemies, minus 50% attack, meaning the attack of opponent mages will get reduced, like the attack from Demiluna, which is it's going to be interesting to see whether she will directly counter Demiluna when she debuts, when she launches. Because of, do you think the minus 50% attack is enough to counter Demiluna? Demiluna is very strong, especially if she has some defense penetration. She's still very strong. I have a theory that this one is not going to be enough. Hopefully this one is enough, so that I don't see a lot of the, so that we can change the meta in arena right now. But it's going to be interesting to test this one out, whether the minus 50% attack is going to be enough to stop Demiluna from wiping out your whole team, your entire team. I also don't know, or it's also going to be interesting to test out whether the damage mitigation from the Bane's domain is going to be stackable from the damage mitigation from the normal Viella. Because normal Viella, where is she? She has this skill. No, she has some barrier. Maybe the exclusive equipment. No. She does not have the damage mitigation, but I thought she has that one. Only increasing the HP of the Earth team. But she do has the barrier, which is a little bit of some form of damage mitigation also. But yeah, I really hope that Gnosis Viella, this Bane's domain, will be enough to counter attack or to counter directly Demi Luna. But it seems that the devs are really trying to shift the meta right now, because it's been pretty stale with too much focus on Demi Luna. There's no other meta in arena right now. And now in Demi Luna, as I've said in my other video, the last video that I posted 2 days ago, that Demi Luna is just too OP, too broken. And I was really hoping that G Viella will be able to counter D Luna. And I'm right. Hopefully, I'm right that she's going to be the direct counter to Demi Luna. So, and then plus 20% priority when G Viella gains a turn. So the Bane's domain is only irremovable, but can be only removed when Gnosis Viella dies. Only the highest final damage reduction value is applied. Interesting. And then the corrosive poison reduces all priority increases by 20%. This is also a direct counter to Demi Luna, because Demi Luna has this priority increase when she gets hit by an attack. Is that what? Where is that passive? Where is your passive? Can I see that passive? I believe she has that passive. No. She has this skill where if she gets hit, she will move the priority. I don't know why it's not here. Abraxas. Well, anyways, G Viella is going to be pretty interesting to test out against Demi Luna. Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. So, her chain and unique passive, let's talk about this one also. She is a chain starter. So, after attacking, inflicts corrosive poison on all enemies with 100% chance for 2 turns. This heals damage that, okay, just inflicting corrosive poison. Not only is she going to be a PvP character, she's also going to be really good in PvE because of her skill set that has more damage against bosses. Yeah, more damage buff against bosses. So by that wording on her skill set, she's already going to be good in PvE. You can already tell that she's going to be really, really good in PvE. With those kinds of wording. And also, Demiurge characters does not disappoint. All of the Demiurge characters are really, really good. They are premium characters for a reason. So, we can expect that she's going to be OP. That's the thing. So, yeah, should you summon for G Viella? Of course. You should be summoning on premium characters. They are premium characters for a reason. But wait and see first whether she's really going to be OP or not. But I'm going to be trying to summon for her. Let's see her Transcendence first before I finish the video. 4-star. At the start of the battle, grants Pain's Dominion for 2 turns to all allies and enemy mages. So, you only really need this. The bare minimum would be a 4-star. So, 1 copy and then 1 dupe. Because you're already getting the Bane's domain for at the start of the battle. It ignores immunity and resilience. So enemy mages will already have the debuff. Like even if they have the immunity buff, it's going to get bypassed. This is pretty similar to G-Bet's 6-star Transcendence, where it ignores immunity and resilience. So this one is going to be very good because of how cheap this one. Not really cheap, but it's still pretty much obtainable by a lot of players because you only need 1 dupe. Unlike in the case of G-Bet, where you need 6-star Transcendence for her to be to have this kind of what do you call this, to be really good in PvP. But the 6-star for G Viella is also really good. Does not trigger an enemy's counterattack, revenge, or agile response. Meaning that if you don't have the 6-star, if she inflicts this debuffs, the strip, something like this, this one will trigger the skill from the agile response from something like Nela to push her own priority, or the cleanse from Monad Ava. So since she's going to be inflicting debuffs also with the corrosive poison, it's going to be it might be tough to inflict the corrosive poison, but the domain's bane is going to be uncleansable. Yeah, so that's the good thing about that one. It cannot be cleansed because it will only get removed once G Viella dies. So if you make G Viella as tanky as you can, because you're going to be building her like that because she scales with HP, so she's pretty much going to be tanky, and I'm really excited to play test her with a really tanky build. I'm thinking about making a full tank build like Omega Naja, something like Nela, G Viella, and then something like maybe Monad Ava, just for some insurance. For as a arena defense, might be a little bit toxic, but who knows? We will see. We will see about that one. So yeah, G Viella, and she looks gorgeous, by the way. Take a look at this. Oh my goodness, she looks very gorgeous. Chef's kiss. Design wise, I'm really already loving her design. And as my favorite color is green, and she has this green aesthetic color palette here in her design here. So I'm really happy with this design. Yeah, probably going to be one of my favorite character designs all in Outerplane. So yeah, should you summon for G Viella? I'm going to be summoning. What about you? Maybe yes. Get 1 copy, or maybe you get into 1 copy and 1 dupe, 4-star. That's the bare minimum as I've based on my theory crafting. 1 copy and 1 dupe. If you want to be competitive in PvP, then go all the way for 6-star. But we will see if the 4-star is the bare minimum is going to be enough for PvP. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And I think that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you could help me grow my channel more. And thank you to everyone who are supporting my channel. Appreciate every one of you. Until next time, peace. Excuse.